As we mentioned inside one power headline stories today, we talk to the bank governor, na the Central Bank of Salon. We na Dr. Stephen. We the inside the program already. Good morning and welcome to the program, Doc.
Good morning.
Well, Dr. Ibrahim Stephen. Na Dr. Ibrahim Stephen don't be deputy bank governor for a very long time, and since 2014. And be done the acts as bank governor for some time before announcement come out this BNTM. We confirm say Dr. Stephen na the new bank governor for Bank of Salon, who say he replace Professor Kerfara Kalon. We be done na this position since October 2018. Well, the central bank get mandate for implement monitoring policy. We get for do with the management of the loans, control money supply, manage foreign exchange, and other want them for help the economy grow. Well, Dr. Stephen na enforce media appearance this since they are proven na parliament. Once again, good morning and thank you for choose Radio Democracy for be the first media for appear for raise awareness to the people or for tell people about your plans and your mandates for ensure say you support the growth of the economy.
Thank you very much. Good morning and good morning to listeners.
And also congratulations from Radio Democracy.
Well, thank you very much. That's very kind. Thank you.
Yes, from that background, we agree with regards the work of the Bank of Salon and also you as an individual. How we don't tell like since you assumed the office officially as the bank governor?
Well, the bank, as you know, are the nation in central bank, and we primary mandate now for maintain monetary and financial system stability. And this work don't they go on and it will continue. I think say over the years, my colleagues they don't care, they don't explain how the bank they work. And most people get a general idea how the bank they work and if I work. But I just cover them quickly. So the bank get responsibility for maintain monetary stability. What do they mean? For make sure say we able address inflation and the effects of inflation. We do that by two main things then. First, with a set interest rate, with a signal to the economy, what we feel about usai prices they go. So when we increase interest rates, that means to say we get concerned, we worry, say price then they go up too much. And that's what we don't they do. The other thing where we they do, now for control monetary growth, the amount of money within circulation, because we boku money they in circulation in a very simple way, it make waiting person go demand for you pay and for something go be high. But this part of we work, nothing we not to we no more go able to do. Nothing we a Ministry of Finance get for do. And then called fiscal policy. And we don't work very closely together, I must say, over the past 6 months, where don't they act, me and the Minister of Finance don't they work very closely together. In fact, a consequence of that collaboration day, that the successful completion of the IMF assessment for Sierra Leone. Today now, first around April, the 6th and 7th review, we pass them, and then 2 days ago, the 8th and final review, we pass them as well. Not a one person in work. We all get for work together for able to achieve macroeconomic stability. Because with macroeconomic stability, everything will work fine.
Now, mentioning the role of the bank to the public, one thing you make mention of now the issue of monitoring stability, and also you talk about interest rate, inflation, and prices. In the phases of all what you don't describe as the work of the Bank of Salone, as the bank governor, I can describe them variables under the economy.
Look, we're in a very challenging environment. Inflation high. We don't want outside there. We need for work very hard for try for bring and come back down. Okay? Now, the fiscal side, I know we'll talk about that. But the minister or the financial secretary will talk about that. But all two, they go together. The monetary part of the economy and the fiscal part of the economy. Now, with the monetary part, waiting with the make sure say we do consistently through we own instrument that we'll get. I don't mention the monetary policy rate, where na the indicative rate where we set every 3 months. But this rate here, it track or other rates than the economy, they track this rate. So for example, our bank they lend money to one another. You know, so the bank themselves can borrow and lend from each other. You know, lend to or borrow from each other. And that we monetary policy rate the interbank rate they track them. Also, where expectation is every other rate that the market for track that monetary policy rate today. Right now they're about 21 point something. So how effective that process they depend on a lot of things then. In our own case, it depends on how developed we market them be. And we do a lot of work for try for make sure say waiting and they call the transmission mechanism. They work. How waiting we they do, they relate to waiting the bank then they do, and other parts of the financial system they do. And a continuous process. We are in a very interesting stage in we financial sector development. But as we bank them, continue for do more banking activities, they lend more to them, customer them. The process of determining rates go become straightforward. And really then go they follow the policy signal with the central bank they send. And for me they able to do that, the bank themselves, they therefore get a good portfolio of activities they wouldn't they undertake. So they go they lend, then go they do other placements, then get a what they can call a diversified portfolio.
We can look at the issue of interest rate, borrowing and lending also. But now we look at one of the monitoring policies them or monitoring activities them when at the mandate of the bank, we now the circulation of the loans. And lately we don't see a notice from Bank of Salone. We said them put deadline for the circulation of the old loans. We now been December 31 this year. We wanna think say wanna for stop the circulation of the old loans for the new one. For somebody they listen now, tell we the transition method or the proposed transition wanna don't put in place from the old loans to the new loans, because somebody they listen will notice say this is not to the first term we Bank of Salone don't come with deadline.
Well, thank you very much. Actually, this now perhaps the most important thing we make I choose una in Kaya today. Because last week, where I go parliament for me approval, or the week before last, we were on the committee stage. This talk been come up and we've been trying to explain. And I'd say a lot of thanks to the press because they try to carry the story so people can understand. We not talk nothing new, generally. Announcement we don't come on from March this year. We say December 31, 2023, the old Leon where would they use that will be getting boku not them go left for be legal tender. What's in that mean? You're not going to use them again in transaction. But the important message we make where I think now I want to family understand, because a very important message, because now this now the new thing where we don't add. Although the money go left for circulate in transaction on the 31st of December this year, you not get for lost your money. You not get for lost any value. Waiting do. From the 1st of January next year, say 31st of March, you can carry your money go now any commercial bank, any community bank, any deposit taking microfinance institution, and Bank of Salon. You will get the face value of what you can go. What's in that mean? If you carry 10,000, that old money go, then forgive 10 million back, the new money. This is not the start between the 1st of January and the 31st of March. After that, you still not lost your money. You can carry your money go back na Bank of Salon, we get branch na Kenema, we get na Shaka Stephen Street, we they use the post office outlet, but also we get for identify some other place them and some other method where we go use for make things straightforward for everybody. So although the money go tap for circulate formally 31st December this year, you not get for lost nothing.
Till when?
For now, as I said to you, after 31st of March next year, no deadline no day for carry money go back na Bank of Salon or Bank of Salon appointed outlets.
Mr. Governor, plenty people believe say the problem with the introduction of these new loans and why it not be take effect now because plenty people believe say the bank not be print too much money for avoid that old money for resurface into the banks. This not true?
Look, me as somebody I like for look forward. I dey talk to you now based on the information I get as a Sidoya. The information I get as a Sidoya give me the assurance say the plan where I don't just explain to you, we able to carry them out.
Okay. The program na Good Morning Saloon, and we will bring you this edition. Musa Kamara na Union.
And me na Michael Kakandi Jamil.
We still get the bank governor, Dr. Ibrahim Stevens. Now the studio they talk about the work of the central bank and implants them as the new bank governor. And earlier you they talk about the redomination and the old loans when Una puts December 31 as the deadline for the circulation of the old loans for the new one. Somebody they listen to you now go ask how possible then they could be, because when you look at now the only new notes way plenty now the 20 new loans every notes now all loans now in plenty pass.
So I go continue for give confidence to the public, give them assurance. Look, the role of the central bank is very unique. When we issue money, if you read the money, waiting right there, it said the bank promise for pay on demand. So we supposed to able to give insurance to the ordinary person. Other country them, even when the money don't stop for be legal, anytime you present it at the central bank, then go give you the face value of that money. We no different from other central bank. So I'll continue in my best effort for always give the public the assurance that you no go lose value. But after 31st of December this year, the money go tap for waka about. In other words, we go left for use and for transaction. But you know they lost you money, oh. You can't go to Bank of Salon, you can't go to then commercial bank, you can't go to then community bank, you can't go to other agents where the bank go appoint, then go exchange your money for the new couple.
As I mentioned, they give assurance, but this is not the first time the deadline don't they come about for the usage of the old loans. Somebody they listen to you go on for know if the Bank of Salon don't print the new notes now enough for circulation for replace the old loans.
If you go back a few ticks where I've been the talk, I say based on the information when we get right now, as I talk to you, are able to give a reasonably good assurance that the plan where we don't explain so, the plan where we don't put in place, we able implement that plan there.
Mr. Governor, more come to the the IMF program, the conclusion of the 8th review, where they talk about extended credit facility arrangement for Salon. You can please explain small me Sierra Leoneans they understand.
Yes, thank you. So the IMF are a very key partner for the country in our economic management journey. So we've been there under an extended credit facility program. We start in November 2018, and we just now don't conclude that program day. The program is make up of many things, but I'll just touch on one or two. It include access to funding for budget support and balance of payment, but also include a lot of commitment where we get for make on structural reforms. And there are various commitments. I'll talk about we own side, the central bank. We get commitments under financial system stability, on how we regulate the banks them. We even get commitments about we own operations, safeguards, about how we manage the bank, and then thing day. So if you know the work with the IMF they do, when they can give you access to resources, and then resources then they now for cover two things traditionally: internal imbalances and external imbalances. Internal imbalances will be like on the fiscal side, if the budget no reach up to waiting we plan, the resources that they make available go help that side. External imbalances, if we, Bank of Salon, we reserve not as strong as perhaps we need for make we be competitive as a country, then resources then they go help show up we reserve for to be externally competitive. So now a very comprehensive program. Actually, to be honest with you, even if the IMF not been there, the activities that were under that program there, That's what we save go do for we save. Because it make we become more efficient and we better more the way we go do things them. Because I don't need IMF who can tell me say I suppose to regulate me bank them properly so people can get access to finance. I don't need IMF who can tell me say I suppose to run me operation them effectively and efficiently so that I cover my bottom line.
So that comes to the proactiveness of the banks,
Indeed.
So in the absence, if we say IMF not get for the, how the bank go get for position itself for think say, let's say person no can tell me and outside no can tell me what for do, we do the right thing under your leadership.
Well, indeed, I think we therefore stay very true to we mandate, and we mandate very clear. Monetary stability, financial system stability, managing the payment system, supporting the economic policy of government. That is very important because the bank not to an island. We not no more on we own. We may be operationally autonomous, but we're a creation of the state and we're operating an economy where by and large the economic policy is driven by the government and we're obligated by law for support the economic policies of government.
Inside your statement, them you don't make mention of ensuring economic stability in the country, and one of them mandates them now the exchange rates. Okay. As of Tuesday, we na November 21, the dollar to leons as $100 na 2,370,000 leons. What in Bank of Salone make up of this exchange rate situation as it is?
As I said to you, within a challenging environment, the exchange rate is something where it's very critical. But for our economy, more than most, even more critical because of the nature of the economy. Exchange rate generally can be affected by both domestic factors and external factors. Now, domestically, waiting at the exchange rate, that the amount of your money we go able to give for you get somebody else's money. Now, if you, as an economy, get activity them where you they do, where you they able to earn enough foreign money, then the amount of your money where you go give up for you get that foreign money there not gonna be too much. But if you not get economic activity where they return or we know they return enough in foreign currency, then you get a challenge. So what do I mean by this? When you dey export, you earn good foreign currency from the export, you get a very strong position. Your money will be stronger because people want your own goods the way they produce. So the big thing where they happen right now in the country, in agriculture. If we realize we dream in agriculture and we're able to feed we save $300-400 million. What would they spend for what we import? Yes. If we succeed in agriculture, we go export and we go earn more foreign exchange. Remember, say, in the old days, we can get Salium Produce Marketing Board.
SLPMB.
Then we get office in London. That's how important them be. So we need for make we productivity or we production work for we. let we earn foreign
So,
currency.
so till then, what will be the fate of the loans to the dollar?
Look, we dey do everything we can for ensure say there is FX liquidity, for ensure say we no get any wetin dem dey call bottleneck, anything wey go make people their access to foreign exchange become problematic. For example, inside the past 6 months, we don do a number of things then. We don change the law for make sure say businesses dem wey clearly the line of activity they see foreign exchange, easy for them to do that. Like a tourist business them. So if tourists come, then go to a hotel. As long as that hotel get license under the tourism law, then people accept dollar from the customers. For international organization, the way they operate in the country, they safe. As long as they treat it clearly, show say, the government allow them, then for able to use foreign currency. We also done on a case-by-case basis, begin for allow commercial bank them, because they get huge foreign exchange deposit na them bank them. For me, they lend customer their money na foreign currency. So this na examples of things the way we don't they do. We don't give a lot of confidence to the business community, a lot of confidence to the market. For many people, they know say we go ensure say then thing we they make people they get sort of little problem here and there for make them able to waiting a clearly a very obvious case that should be allowed. We don't make that clear. The information there out, the directives, the law, how it changed, and the circumstances the way we permit, all very clear now, and people they know that. But also inside the very guideline we say, and other such circumstances as may be determined or prescribed by the bank. So if there is a circumstance we not clearly fit under waiting then at the guideline, then you can always approach the bank and try for explain, and the bank will do an assessment.
Dr. Stephen, before we go to the financial inclusion, and other things there, me not an economist, but it's possible for me scarcity of with Forex, for example, foreign exchange, dollar at the Bank of Salon affects the way the loan they perform poorly with the dollar?
So what you they talk about so now the issue of demand and supply. Yes, now common sense. If enough dollar not there, then the amount of loan where you go pay, forget the dollar, go be higher. But if enough dollar there, then the amount of loan where you go pay, forget that dollar, they're not going to be so high. So the supply side, now that time they try for explain why they talk about productivity and trying for capable for earn foreign exchange from you productive activities them. It's very, very important. Now the simple logic down there. Now Bank of Salon gets reserve. But Bank of Salon reserve not just something where they use every day. We get a lot of strategic activities them way we undertake by law. Now we are the government in bank. So all the government in external activities them now we get for undertake for the government.
The program is still listening to Good Morning Salon with the country from 98.1 FM. When I don't send on a text messages them on the number 077981981, and also now we Facebook page na attempt for make we take some of them messages there. So Jamiru.
Yes, from Ibrahim, they say dollar inflation is everywhere. Thank God we are not suffering to have access to basic food commodities.
Okay, this one from we 077981981 line, they say, Mr. Governor, you are the principal advisor on fiscal policy. What is your advice to government on expenditure?
Sabayo, they say, please, Mr. Governor, the commercial banks are not accepting the coins. Is it not a legal tender?
This one say, Mr. Governor, can you tell me what mechanism is being put in place to deter the banks from holding on to transactions in the name of cabal or balances holding, creating losses for customers, especially at the end of the month and the end of year?
Abu Bakar, they say the Bank of Salon can only achieve all what you mentioned if the productive sector is doing well.
Okay. This one from from Ash Dalton, they say the continuance of two currencies, the only country in the world, is a national scandal. It's important for this new bank governor to prioritize reducing debt, inflation, whilst helping growth, productivity, dynamic phasing economy. That will motivate and support businesses.
They say it's the responsibility of the bank governor to help those sectors in making sure his vision and mission of economic recovery are met.
This one say, can you all ask the governor what are his short-term, medium and long-term plans and goals to achieve economic growth and recovery?
This other one from Dalton, they say, can you ask the bank governor what are his plans to reducing debt, inflation and supporting small and medium-sized businesses?
From Alpha Abubakar Rashid, now Facebook page, they say, dear Mr. Governor, the bank being used for buy gold and diamond, now that make the bank open na Kenema. So we go see that kind of arrangements there again, because that go improve the reserve and foreign exchange.
Musa, I think that's quite a bite. We'll allow the governor for me get some responses.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you to Fambule. We send them very, very important and useful question there. I write up to 9. So let's try for to go through them and see. There was a question about the productive sectors of the economy.
Yeah.
How would they support them?
Yeah.
This now the main issue. If we succeed in achieving good productivity and start for exporting and foreign exchange, we don't go halfway for solve the problem then. In we own way, we don't try small as a central bank. During the height of COVID, we created some facilities them for help with importation. You know, somebody asked a question, say, even though the dollar they go up, at least we able to get things in at the market, right? So let's just give some idea about this. Over the past, 2 or 3 years, we've been here for intervene. We provide access to foreign exchange for importers them, for make them able to import essential items into the country, so that price no go run away from we. And by and large, we'll be able to do that. Also, we create a special facility for agriculture for support importation of inputs them, fertilizer and the other thing then they. Even though the uptake not be as high as the other one where we do, but it also help. The fact that we been do that and we see waiting the outcome being then they show so me say if we not been do that, we don't know what before be. But the guess very clear, right? Because other places them way perhaps they not get as much support to the private sector as we try for do. We see what happen to them. So, of course, we will continue for do as much as we can for support the private sector. In fact, inside the next few weeks, we plan for meet with the business community and engage with them. Because it's very important also that you listen to them. May you know what are the constraints they will they get. You may not be able to solve all the problem them straight away, but good education, good knowledge about them problem here will help you, determine a good course of action going forward. Somebody asked about gold. A very good question. If you've been listening to the minister in budget speech, when they talk about Bank of Salon, one of the policy the way he announced, say we get for do, now for buy gold. We don't go far. We use for do them. I understand say after the war, some problem been there, so the bank stop for buy. But GDDO been get office, the old GDDO, na Bank of Salon. Now they call them precious minerals, trading something. Then still in a Bank of Salon. We dey work with the Ministry of Mines and NMA for conclude we process, but we almost done. The board don't approve. We just dey wait for 1 or 2 cabinet approval, and then we dey buy. We go use we own currency for buy gold because it make a lot of sense. We used to get smelting facilities, for transform the dust into some bars them we go store. We know they buy them for go sell them. We they buy them for hold them. We keep them. It go strengthen with this, and we go get a good reserve. Now something we already the board approve. We just finalize some logistics with Ministry of Mines and NMA. And then we go to the field. We don't identify, I don't want to name the chiefdom there yet, but we don't identify a couple of chiefdoms we'll get for work with as a pilot case. And during the course of the year, next year, we go expand that case. So then they definitely go happen. In terms of being the principal advisor, yes, of course, we are the central bank and fiscal advisor to the government. Me and the Minister of Finance, we talk almost every day because we need for to do that. We get for take a practical approach for deal with the problem we confront with as a system. We don't need too much theory. Theory fine, but we they live every day. Person they go to market, they shopping for a family, they get forget their daily bread. It's not a real thing.
Okay.
So we they talk very, very regularly.
Okay. So the question now that what thing that you advise to government on the expenditure because concerned with the
No.
the economy, the economy bad, but we
Yes.
still see appointment them. What thing that you advise as principal advisor on fiscal policy when revenue generation and expenditure?
As I say, me and the minister they talk, but also we get an economic management team where the president can chair. These are the channels that we would use for give we advice and have frank and open discussions. And as I say, because Finance and Bank of Salon, Minister of Finance and Bank of Salon, they work so closely together, then discussion are they ongoing. So you could be rest assured that in we own small way, we engage constructively with the Ministry of Finance. But you know, there is something where then they call discretionary and non-discretionary expenditure. Thing where now about we very survival, you don't go tell government to go quota. You know, important for we understand for say for one government that it was very challenging. Very, very challenging. But we get a mechanism where we use for engage and we can continue for do that.
If you advise government on expenditure, who say things say government for cut expenditures and who say things say government for continue for expend?
As I said to you, we get a very clearly defined way where we engage. And we will continue to do that.
Okay. A message now they say, please, can the bank governor confirm that Sierra Leone is a hyperinflation? And this one they say, what is stopping you from floating the currency? They say, please, Mr. Bank Governor, this is now from Sabaya, now Facebook. Please, Mr. Governor, the commercial banks are not accepting the coins. It is not a legal tender.
Okay.
And the last one, say, prior to the redomination, allegations abound that business people were holding the loans. How does the governor intend to battle with this? Alim Wuri Nawi 077-981-9819.
Thank you very much. The coin a legal tender. The coin a legal tender. Both the old one and the new one. The old one, after 31st December, it will cease for the legal tender. You suppose for carry your coin go na any bank or bank of Salone, then for accept them. If there is evidence or there's an incident where somebody carrying coin go and bank no accept them, then for bring that to we knowledge, we go take action. But you coin na a legal tender and then for accept them. Yeah. Now the question about I think the question about
hyperinflation.
Hyperinflation. So, okay, with inflation day about 54%. It's obviously very high. But if you look at the track record over the past 18 months, you not go characterize we as predominantly in an hyperinflation regime. However, also inflation day, we need for pull and commodity.
You don't reach hyperinflation?
Look, this is not a matter of definition and classification. Country then they where they in 3 digits. Country then they where they even go 4 digits. Okay? In the traditional sense, now there extreme cases then they you go one for define as hyperinflation. But inflation high.
Okay.
And we need to do everything possible for try for bring and candle.
As you dey try for left wing at the studio, critical text messages them there. This one say one of our failures in the MCC is access to capital. What is the Bank of Salone doing improving the banking sector to mitigate this challenge, especially in bringing new players, especially new development and investment banks?
No, thank you very much. That's an excellent question. This is now one of we key strategic objectives: financial inclusion, improving access to finance. Within we second financial sector development program, the financial inclusion strategy. We've been done one from 2017 to 2021. We don't get a new one from 2022 to 2026. This cover a range of areas them, including improving access to finance, digital financial services, the national switch. Right now, we don't introduce card switching, POS switching. So if you get card na one bank, you go na business we get card for, we get machine where they accept card from another bank. You can use your card from your own bank, that machine there. In a couple of months' time, mobile phone them, mobile companies, their mobile money could become interoperable as well. So there is a lot of activity going on in with financial inclusion strategy.
You don't be a part of the game for a very long time. You don't be deputy bank governor for a very long time. You don't act in the capacity. When your appointments come out, somebody say you don't be part of the system. We already don't lead. We will say we did and be there to ask question if whether Dr. Stephen can make the much needed change in the economy, especially in the monitoring policy issues. Then
we will do everything within we reach, everything within we own power we have for make sure say we achieve we objective. Because the central bank gets a major role for play for make sure say we achieve macroeconomic stability. And we go remain focused, we go remain resolute, and we go also listen and make sure say we deliver on we mandate. That's the assurance we go able to give.
Plenty, thank you. And that's not Dr. Ibrahim Stevens, the bank governor, Central Bank of Salone. And I shall we say it will be patron by donation for we carnival will be next tomorrow, Friday in Magai Technical University. Thanks for joining us and have a nice day, sir.
Thank you very much. God bless.